it so he can go to Starbucks.
Hello, welcome to Double Talk. I'm Mark Steffen.
We're pre-talking too. We're pre-talking. It's so bright in here.
Well, it's a talk show, Michael. We never
It's
stop
supposed to
talking.
talk. This is just part of our lives. In fact, we've been sitting here for 3 hours talking about this with this lovely array of ingredients for Negronis.
Don't tell me, Negronis.
No, Negronis.
Oh, Negronis.
Yes.
Well, it is Negroni month starting June 1st.
Week. It doesn't start on June 1st. It's June 4th through June 10th.
Close enough.
Yeah, it's close enough.
But the whole month.
We did all month. We did this previous month. We did Negronis 2 or 3 weeks ago.
We're warming up
start
to
off.
it.
And we're going to do there's no such thing as classic anything, but a classic Negroni is 1 part gin, 1 part Campari, and 1 part sweet vermouth, which is sometimes called Italian vermouth, and in this case it's called Dubonnet. So,
And it's the Campari that trips up a lot of bars.
because nobody has Campari
When you
in this
order it,
town.
they don't have it.
Yes.
Why?
Because nobody has
They don't know what
these
Amaros
things.
are.
They don't know what Negronis are, or Amaros. They don't even have Aperol. That would be the second level. If you get Campari, the next thing you get would be Aperol.
Okay.
Anyway, this is, let me get it here. It's got a little hat on it.
Isn't that
cute?
cute?
It's called Broker's Gin. It is equally as good as Beefeater.
It's a London Dry.
It's a 94 proof, which makes it what, 47%?
Yeah. Would you get that off there,
You got to
please?
watch this thing.
Yeah, well,
Do you,
Michael,
want, do you want to do a small or little? What do you want to do?
Small or little?
Well, this is little, and that's even smaller than little.
Okay. Let's
want the bigger one?
Let's do the less small one.
Okay.
While Michael makes this, I want to mention the club store. We talk about the club store on this channel because where else are you going to go, right? Right now, they've got a big sale up until June 13th. They've got to liquidate a lot of things because they got a big shipment coming in. And at the club store, it's from 40% off to 75% off.
All-star prices.
And these are things that have already been marked down. The same kinds of things you find at Target, Sears, and Sam's Club. But they're marked down below those levels already.
That's true.
Now you add 40 to 75% off of that. I mean, you can get a diamond ring for like 65% off retail price.
I didn't know you cared. Thank
And
you. Are you getting that for me for Father's Day? That's so sweet of you.
well, at these prices, I can afford to.
Whoa, good line.
And so, the club store, North Tell Shore, you can't beat it. 910 North Tell Shore. It's right near the Outback Restaurant.
That's
walking
true,
distance.
as well as those of you who went to Primetime Fitness, in its prime.
It was right next door to the club store now.
And we've been there. We took a couple of tours. We like it. We go back. They're really nice.
I buy things at the club store.
You do?
Every time I go
What
in
do you
there,
do, save money?
I see something that
They always
how
have
can I not
stuff
buy
that
that
is
at
good.
that price?
It's true. So shake it up and go to the club store.
They have that stuff you put on your, the flea and ticks thing.
What, a yarmulke?
The droplets
A
you
yarmulke?
put on the back of their neck.
What?
That is marked down way big time.
So it's probably better than Dillard's, who has a 65% sale, and then they take half off that one weekend. Here, these guys always have good deals. I'm going to start shaking.
Go ahead, shake it up, Michael. Shake before serving.
So Negroni Week is an international holiday. There are restaurants in Las Cruces that have Campari, but have not yet, as we speak, signed up for Negroni Month that I know of.
Signed up for it? What do you have to sign up for?
You have to call in negroniweek.com. You have to contribute $25 to one of their charity that's been picked. You can submit a charity that gets money if you're smart, and then
like
put
this
money
show?
to that. Yes, we should be nonprofit. We need a 401c3. They are giving $1 from every Negroni to the charity that you've picked. In Las Cruces, we've heard from people who want to do it, but we don't know if they've signed up officially yet because it's not on the website. It would be C. Senor, which we found out a while ago. This is working pretty good.
See, Senor's got a good bartender, don't they?
They do. He loves Negronis. That's why he's doing it. Ooh.
Yeah, well, you're kind of the Negroni ambassador around here. You've gone all over
I'm
town.
pushing it, man, because Negroni is a great combination. Oh, here's a little more for you.
Oh, please, Michael. Now you're going to make me spill it. And
Better
now-
you than me.
Now, What if you put a cherry in it? How would that help it?
You could do that and make it sweeter. What I should have brought was a lemon twist.
Squeeze a
But
lemon.
you just like it. Well, you don't have to know
Now
it.
you know
do a
how I
twist.
have to do this.
Now you go like this. Okay, now you can pick it up.
It's like Paul Newman in The Verdict.
The Verdict.
Remember that? He was a raging alcoholic. They fill his glass full, and he's so full he has to bend over and slurp it down before he can pick it up.
This has kick. Let's see your face that looks like it's got kick.
That's a Negroni.
That's a Negroni.
Now that's a Negroni.
If we're still sober by the intermission.
Well, we just had one.
I know.
Michael,
Well,
you didn't put that much
these
gin
are-
in.
I did. I put
Yeah,
in,
I mean,
it's
split
like
it in half.
It's like 3/4 of an ounce of everything.
Yeah, split in half. So
Yeah.
there's not that much.
Yeah, but it's 7 o'clock in the morning, Mark.
No, the show's on at 11. We're fine.
Oh, so we'll do it, and by the time it's on, we'll be straight, huh?
Simple day drinking. It's not a big thing.
That's true. You know, and if you start early, you get good at it.
Yeah, we're having lunch in a minute anyway.
Oh,
Right?
good. Is the caterer here? Oh, so yeah, we'll go to one of our sponsors who's close up.
Yeah, like
Tacos,
Jake's Cafe.
Tacos Borrego.
Tacos. Hey, I went there for Tuesday tacos this week, and it's good stuff.
Really? Toothsome. You know, not that we're advertising other places, but Sprouts has $5 sushi on Tuesday.
Oh yeah, Tuesday's a sushi day. I forgot about that.
Missed that. So, or Wednesday. Might be Wednesday.
Oh, now you tell me.
Yeah.
Because I'm there on Tuesday. I'm just.
Well, why don't you go Wednesday?
I'm there just up the
Why
street
don't
on
you read
Tuesdays.
the ad?
Oh, they have an ad.
Yeah, they send out flyers. Go get
Okay.
your mail someday.
So this is a pretty good drink, and that reminds me, you know,
This jacket is so hot.
you can't take it off because your microphone's on there, Michael.
Oh no! Oh no! Well, you don't have to listen to me
I
anyway.
thought-
You don't
that's true.
listen to me, so why do I need a microphone?
I thought you were a television
All
professional.
right, I'll take it.
You're gonna have to suffer.
I'll sweat it out.
And
Oh,
We'll
do
get
you
you
want to
hooked
talk about? You don't talk about. You didn't do your little thing. If you've watched this show, you know we talk about drinking and eating. Anyway,
well,
this is our drinking thing. Negroni's is the flag we wave.
okay, for the month of June. Thank you, Michael.
Yes.
And yes, now if you've
refreshing.
watched the show more than once, you know that food and drink is our favorite topic. We love to talk about cocktails. We always have a cocktail of some sort on this show. And we love to talk about food and restaurants. And have you been to any good restaurants lately?
Actually, Dragonfly wasn't bad. We have some. Are we going to talk about the new things in town? Brew pubs.
Well, when we get down to the brew pubs, that's later.
All right,
later in
yes.
the show
I'll
after
talk
the break.
about that because I found out some information just now.
Okay, very good. But you know, you voted already in early voting.
I did.
Early voting ends. Well, it ended Friday, but
You got to vote on this
Tuesday.
Tuesday. You have to vote if
it's
you want
the
to vote.
primary election that determines who's going to be in the general election back in November.
And I understand from people who complain on this show about not being able to vote in the primaries because they haven't said what team they normally like. You have to be
have to join-
Democrat or Republican
have to-
or an independent. You can sign up there's independent people on the primary thing. So does this mean you're not going in at all or what?
It means I'm not allowed. I still can't
You
vote
can
as
vote.
an independent.
There's a.
I can only
line
vote for that one
independents.
person.
That's right.
Well, why bother?
Well, why don't you join the different party?
Well, in this state, most states aren't like this state. In this
Yeah,
state,
well, a lot
you
are.
have to join a political cult, and I don't want to.
You know, you could say anything's a cult.
Well, and I just did.
And even that within that cult, there's dissension, and primaries prove that there's dissension. So you can manipulate, which is why they're afraid of breaking down the primary type voting.
Well,
Because if you're a Republican, you can go in and vote for possibly the worst Democrat you could possibly vote for.
not in the primary.
You could if you didn't have primaries that you had to be signed up.
Yeah, but that's not here.
No, but
And
there's
the thing
other
is-
places in the country.
The thing is, I wouldn't want to belong to a political party that would have me as a member.
How about a country club that would have you as a member? No, not that either, huh?
Oh, well, it's restricted, huh?
Yeah, restricted. Don't worry, they don't want you anyway.
So, election is Tuesday. Go out and vote, folks, please. It's very important.
Primaries are important. If you don't know, speaking of which, I've been getting barraged by this size flyer from Sandy Jones, who is out to demolish Steve Fishman. I won't say who I voted for, but it wasn't Sandy
Sandy
Jones.
Jones?
Yeah, Steve Fishman happens to be all right guy. Looks like Sandy Jones has clean energy, which is good, lower utility bills, more renewable energy. But he's been the PRC guy for a while, and I didn't see it happen in the time he was there. This is against Fishman because they say when he was in the state government, he cut education but gave more money to politicians. And since I'm not a real news person, I haven't looked into that, and that probably is a very small vote on something, or maybe it's a large vote.
How could he give money to politicians?
By raising their retirement funds. If you're in the state Senate, you get retirement.
I see, money to yourself.
Yeah,
just like Congress does. They give themselves a raise while voting against the minimum wage.
Yes, they do, because they work so hard to get money for themselves. Yeah. That's why you become a politician, either a Republican or a Democrat. And that's how you do it.
You serve 2 terms in Congress.
So what you're saying by saying you don't like Republicans or Democrats, you don't like being in this country. Is that what you're saying?
Not exactly.
Maybe you should become Flemish, because I know you're very congested usually.
No, actually, just because I don't belong to any of those parties doesn't mean I don't like this country. It means I want to improve the country. And I don't see either party doing that much to that end.
You know, a lot of countries that have many parties.
Yeah, 40 parties in
really
some
have trouble getting it together too.
Well, look at Italy. I know.
Italy, France is like that. Anyway.
But
see, that's why we like to talk about food and drink, because it's no fun talking about elections. You just argue. Show you one more time. Okay.
And speaking of attacks, a guy was attacked by a bear up in the Gila Wilderness. He was camping. Now, this dummy, and I'm going to call him a dummy, because
you can't say that anymore.
He pitched his tent.
He
goes to bed at night, leaving his food in the tent. Now, even the greenest Boy Scout knows you don't do that. Because that's all that's going to do is attract a bear. The bear will come in the side door that didn't used to be there to get the food. They have very good noses, and they can smell this stuff for miles.
Amazing.
What you're supposed to do with your food? You wrap it in a bag and you hang it in a tree. There's even places where they have bear poles for that purpose.
They do, and people who can steal stuff, get it off the bear poles. Years ago, we went to Canada, the Rockies, and the campground was filled, except there was a place where there was something we could use as a tarp, because this guy had left a roast beef. He was sleeping with a roast beef near his head.
As a pillow?
They had to, no, I think just because to keep it safe. And the bear swiped down with his claws through the tent, swiped the guy's nose off. I don't know what that looked like. But, and then so they took the guy and perhaps the roast beef, because there's no remnants of roast beef there, and said, well, you could camp here.
Oh, good. Well, I've been in campsites where bears came marauding in. Okay? I had a bear stay. We did hang our food, but he was able to get it anyway, and he ate everything. The only thing left was one tea bag. In Boy Scouts, our campsites got raided more than once because some dumb Boy Scout left even chewing gum or toothpaste. You don't.
Anything that has an aroma. They don't know that if you have a mango shampoo, it's not food.
Not only that, the clothes you've just cooked in are imbued with that with the flavor or the scent of what you cooked.
So you have to sleep naked or wash your clothes before you go to bed.
Change your clothes out. Yeah. And now, for some reason, they're hunting down this bear who did nothing wrong as far as it's concerned, or as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I bet the guy.
They're hunting down this bear because this guy was a moron.
Well, that's what happens. What about those 2 guys that were attacked by a cougar? One guy died. It wasn't here. It was farther north.
Moron?
Yeah, what a maroon.
Was he a moron between?
Are you on the show or what?
Between Planet of the Apes?
Yeah.
Now, there was a priest here in town who got promoted to Hobbs, where he is now indicted as a sex offender. But the bishop isn't coming forth saying why this man was transferred, other than saying, well, we have to transfer them out every 6 years. Really? Because there's priests who've been here over 20 years.
Yeah, but I think there's different types of priests. I think he's an offender priest. I think offender priests, you have to...
They keep moving them along.
Every 6 years, because by that time your kids are 5 years old. And they want to leave the town, so...
Well, you transfer them 5 times and they've retired, by that time.
That's a life. You're a priest. I mean, what kind of job is a priest? You just talk to people and whatever. So what's your feeling on this thing? I don't mean feeling in a sexual way. I mean emotionally.
On what thing?
On the sex offender who was a sex offender in Hobbs. Apparently the thing that got him was he was giving a homeless man a shower.
Yes.
With his own hands.
Yes. Well, the Catholic Church doesn't make them register as sex offenders. They know about it and they just move them on. Now,
what we're assuming.
Now
we
he's
don't
going to
know.
have to register as a sex offender, and he'll probably be kicked out of the Catholic Church.
That makes sense.
But
But at least they're attending to it.
maybe the Episcopalians will take
You know,
it.
the excuse could be that the guy, I'm not making an argument for this guy because I have no idea what happened. I'm looking on the other side, which is the guy was homeless. He didn't know how to wash himself.
Oh, he did too.
Even his genitals.
Oh, please.
Oh, yes. Well,
We have to take a break.
after that,
Yeah, after that, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back with more Negroni action right here on Double Talk.
a variation.
New Age Maids, a professional home cleaning service. Your satisfaction is our priority. Let us do the work so you can relax. Call us at 655-0009.
Call Mark Goldstein, the Safe Money Guy, at 575-556-2472 to learn about innovative strategies now available to help you grow, protect, and preserve your money and financial future, regardless of market conditions.
Horizon Granite is here.
It's here! Horizon Granite is here. We'll come to you to customize your kitchen and bathroom with beautiful countertops and cabinets. Find out more at horizongranite.com. Call us at 575-650-3180.
Horizon Granite is here.
It's here!
Make yourself a beautiful home.
Come to Tacos El Borrego de Oro in Las Cruces. We are celebrating $1 Taco Tuesdays. Come enjoy authentic Mexican food for the whole family. Bring the family to Tacos El Borrego for $1 Taco Tuesday and Flauta Thursdays.
Now is the best time to make your property beautiful again. Since 1967, Gonzalez Landscaping has offered beautiful professional landscaping services to all of southern New Mexico. We offer residential and commercial landscaping design, full lawn, tree and shrub care, with annuals and perennials, tree and palm trimming, spring and fall cleanups, mulching and more. Let us do the work at prices you can afford. We service all of Las Cruces. Visit us online at gonzalesnursery.com or call us for a free estimate. 575-382-7272.
We are back right here on Double Talk. I'm Mark Steffen,
I'm Michael Mandel.
and he's the mix master of
Oh, you finished your
Negronis.
drink. I have to knock this off.
Oh, what are you waiting for, Michael? It's hot.
I know. I had to take my jacket off, and that took
We're
a lot
under
of
the
time.
lights. It's summer. We have
The
to turn,
hot air is coming in.
we have
It's,
to turn the
it's
air conditioner
98
off
degrees.
during shooting because it's too noisy.
What? I can't hear it. It's too noisy. Oh, is that you talking?
And-
So let's see. Oh, we just finished talking about sex offenders. Don't worry about that. We're not going to talk about it again.
Now,
You talk about your what?
they've determined, they did a study to determine which days of the week are the most dangerous to drive for accidents. And they've determined that the most dangerous day of the week to drive is Saturday.
I like how
Because-
you said that.
Because I guess there's more people on the road because they're not at work now. And they're driving around, trying to get someplace. They're speeding. And they found that what makes it dangerous, people using their devices
Well, that's all the time.
and speeding.
They used to say that the worst drivers were Sunday drivers. Remember, people used to cut ahead of you
Sunday driver. They're not
on
paying
a
attention,
Tuesday, and
really.
you'd say Sunday driver. What a slam!
Well, usually Sunday drivers are driving too slowly.
Because the only
Like your
time these
grandmother.
people go,
They go to drive to church. That's
yeah,
the only
it's the
time of the week they get out.
I'm making the small one this time.
Okay.
Yes.
And so, yeah, Saturday is the most dangerous day to drive. So today, Saturday, make sure you watch what you're doing when you're out there driving. There's a lot of bad drivers in Las Cruces.
And if you're watching this,
Have you ever seen him
show,
drive?
If you're watching this show while you're watching, while you're driving, which you could do now with your phone, because Comcast and Xfinity has provided that service
What service?
of seeing TV shows on your phone.
Oh, yeah, you just
could
watch the show while
yeah.
you're driving.
So yes, break into this thing.
But what is that, Michael?
This is Maletti Amaro. Barb and I decided that this is a great alternative
to
Campari.
Campari, which
It's
is also
different.
Amaro.
It's not as sweet. It's a little bit more.
I like that.
It's a little bit more thoughtful.
Contemplative.
Yes.
And so you're going to use that
With the same other stuff.
instead of Campari,
Yes.
and you're going to use the sweet vermouth.
And a tip of the little hat.
Maybe. Oh, you're supposed to fill the hat. You fill
That's
the hat,
probably half an ounce.
right. It could be. And now you know
Oh, you just keep talking. I'm the one who's doing all the work here.
there was a big pile of onions just outside the city limits,
Would you just call me?
and
I could get you off this station, you know.
you aromatic you. And a farmer had bought a bunch of onions from the onion warehouse that weren't good enough to sell to grocery stores. They're perfectly good onions.
Certain cosmetic
they had
things.
blemishes or cuts in them.
They also said something about their core was funny. It was a little rotten.
Yeah, kind of rotten in certain parts of the core, maybe. And so the onions, people they give those away. They don't have room for them. And so the farmer got them free. All he had to do was haul them away.
He got 30 to 40,000 pounds.
So he hauled them away to
Yeah.
a piece of land that he had. He dumped them there in preparation for taking them to a farm and a dairy to grind them up
But
to mix with cattle feed.
people heard about this. They ran out and got it all over his farm.
They
and started doing
trespassed
it.
and stole onions.
But now he's moved them safer.
It got to the point where he had to now spend money
so,
to move them.
I will just say that the only recipe I ever saw that called for 30,000 pounds of onions was for lasagna.
Well, that's a lot.
But
of
it was worth it.
That's a lot of onion rings.
There's a lot of that's a lot of onion rings. It's a lot of garlic to fight back. I'm shaking.
And so, folks, just because you see a pile of onions doesn't mean they're there for the taking.
Although you could go to the onion packer and pick up these cheap onions for free or for very little.
You probably could. How many did you get?
I got 30,000 pounds. I had to make the lasagna, for God's sakes. How else do you make lasagna?
Well, it's a good thing you have a large trunk.
Yes, I do. So does my elephant.
So,
So,
now, this
you
is...
know, the couriers have a way of getting cheap onions. They buy.
You just follow an onion truck on its way to...
No, you just go to
And they fall off.
That guy's, yeah, they're glad to get rid of them because,
Because you see onions on the side of the road all over town when
There's
it's onion
nothing-
picking season.
God, this is, I know why. It's whole water.
Melted ice.
Yes. This might be a little lighter, so.
Okay.
So this is with Maletti and ice water.
It tastes just as sweet to me, Michael.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know,
Well, I think
slightly
this-
different. I mean,
there's still
I
a little-
prefer this, I think.
Yeah, it's a little lighter.
Now that's a Negroni.
Except for the Campari company that would never say this is a Negroni. They're very strict.
Oh.
But you can,
Let's-
maybe next week we can do a Negroni, and I've been yelled at for doing this, with Aperol and Lillet.
What if you made it with
Any
vodka
other-
instead of gin? It's no longer Negroni, is it?
No, you called something else, Moscow Negroni.
Now, you know this gal, she's an entertainer in Mexico named Sabrina Sabrok. Sabrok. She's a
Yeah,
musician.
I know her well.
She's a television star, and she's also an adult film star.
Did you know her before this story?
We're close
You
personal
didn't know
friends.
this before. Oh, she went to high school with you, right?
She's not the first porn star I've known. And
You knew her when she was a double E.
she and her, back when she was smaller,
Yeah.
she and her husband have tattoos on both arms, full sleeves. And they went into a high-class hotel in Juarez to have the buffet lunch. Well, they went in wearing tank tops, which is tacky in the
As
first
you
place.
can see,
And-
and they were complaining about the tattoos.
No, but the problem is she had underarm
She-
hair. And
Well, they said they don't like under.
and she walks
you
up to
can't
the
have- Yeah.
to the buffet with underarm hair. They thought it was unhygienic. They said, "Please, you can't come in with a tank top. Put on a regular shirt. You're welcome in." But she made a big stink about it.
Well, that's because she has hair under her
Good big
arm.
stinky hair. And because she thinks she's a celebrity, and I guess she is in some way down there.
This has nothing to do with Donald Trump. Though.
When she walks in like that, you're an
no.
instant celebrity.
I would say so.
What do you say?
I would say yes. You go around in very heavenly orbs.
Well, if I saw her with her in a tank top with underarm hair sticking out, dripping sweat.
Well, she wasn't necessarily
On-
dripping sweat. That's why
onto
you
the
have
buffet.
That's why you have hair on your underarms because it absorbs the sweat.
It drips it off.
Yes.
And that's why they have the sneeze panels. Now they have to have the sweat panels
Yes.
for women with underarm hair.
So it wasn't that she said they were prejudiced against tattoos.
Yes, they were discriminating because she had tattoos. Oh.
But is a prejudice against tattoos worse or equal to a prejudice against underarm hair in women? I mean, how could they ever make it in Italy?
I don't have a problem with that, but it's the hygienic aspect of it with a buffet.
You and I, well,
Now,
first of all, her underarm hair was organic, Mark.
Did you have it braided?
It was organic, and I know you like organic stuff.
Well, the restaurant said, no. Many of our employees have tattoos, and they do a fine job for us.
Yes.
Now,
But they don't have underarm hair.
you know, there's a lot of brew pubs in town.
You want to get away from that topic, huh?
There are a lot of brew pubs in town. That's kind of like a buffet. They have all these brews that you can choose from.
A lot of brews, but you buy one brew at a time, and you don't go picking, I think I'll have a little of that brew, a little of that brew.
No,
Although you can make your own
You
mixes,
can order,
I would
you can order the
guess.
sampler.
If you wanted, yes.
Many brew pubs have a sampler where you can sample like 6 little ones in a shot glass, basically.
So I think we're doing this story, since I missed the pre-show briefing, because the new brew pub, the Little Toad Creek Brewery,
Yes.
just opened. They've been doing really well for the last 2 weeks. They stay packed. Everybody loves their stuff. They are not just a brewery. They are a distiller, and they make vodka, tequila,
Whiskey.
rum. They don't make whiskey yet. They
don't?
can't make whiskey for a number of years. Whiskey has to age in a bottle, in a oak. So they have gin, vodka, what did you just say, tequila. They make tequila. And they make rum.
Oh, yes, rum. Okay. And so, yeah, and they don't have food, but you can bring your food in.
And they do sell wine.
They sell wine, too.
Yeah.
You can bring your food in there. In fact, Jake's Cafe is going to have a pizza deal. You buy one pizza, get the second one half price, and you take it down there and eat it while you have your brew.
If you're there, though, the waiters they will go out and get food from a special Dragonfly menu.
Right next door.
And Dragonfly doesn't mind because they're making money. They have a special, apparently, Sunday brunch menu that they're making for this place.
Yeah, and while you're downtown, there's 2 plays going on right now downtown.
At least.
At 8 o'clock at night and Sunday at 2:30 in the afternoon.
Both of them.
The Rivals at the Black Box Theater is going on for 2 more weekends.
It's a farce. From
It's
the old days.
Yeah, it's a classic.
Yes.
And then just down the street from...
Legally, from the Black Box is
Legally Blonde.
Las Cruces
the musical.
Theater.
That was a huge hit on Broadway. I saw the touring show in Los Angeles 20 years ago.
So that's a classic, too, because it's more than 20 years old.
It is a classic. It's a wonderful show. It's great fun.
And musicals are great.
It's very funny. And so I recommend that just based on having seen it.
And we actually have a fairly good community of musical people. I guess Janet Mazda is going to be involved, obviously.
She's involved. She didn't direct it, though. It's directed by the head of the theater department at the university.
Oh, that's right. He's good. Kilroy. Will Kilroy.
Yeah.
He should know what he's doing. Oh, look, what do those things mean? Do we have to leave? There's also a fundraiser up at Spencer Theater in 2 weeks. Take a look. You'll love the loud auction, not a silent auction.
The Spencer Theater.
Take a look at Spencer Theater.
Did you know the Spencer Theater is one of the top 10 theaters in the world for acoustics?
I didn't hear that.
I learned that when I took a tour of the place.
They also have Choluli all over the place. Thanks to... Okay.